Bandwidth for First Updates Now is supported by the Blue Alliance. Keep up to date on all live and archived First Robotics events and team stats at thebluealliance.com.
People are interested.
But you know what? If you send me an email, you'll get a response, and it will be from me.
And I really don't have any desire to.
You haven't watched the trailer at all?
No.
A lot of people haven't heard of the couch division, so
It's a comfy division to be in, though.
it's super comfy. It's almost too comfy at times.
Your response to teams who see that as a new potential issue with districts?
Yeah, that's really a two-pronged question.
Let's see if there's any damage from that fall. There was. They snapped. 330. Still on their back. 6 seconds to go.
Or was the highest ranked. And as votes continue to pour in, everything kind of changes around a little bit.
First Updates Now is brought to you by Twitch. Fun is now a Twitch partner and offering some awesome subscriber-only benefits. Subscribe today or get a free subscription each month when you have Amazon Prime by linking your account and clicking subscribe.
Oh no!
Oh, here we go. Hey, everybody. It's a fun special. The 2018 teaser has been released, and hey, we're going to break it down for you, give you some initial reactions. We're just going to keep it light, funny, all that stuff like that, and kind of get your thoughts on what's going on, chat. So, giving honest opinions for First Updates Now, I'm Tyler Olds.
And I'm Mike Starke.
I'm Nick Olsen.
Nick, it's so great to hear you. Justin and Christine on the night off. Nick, you usually are just in our headphones, so it's great to have you on the show today, bud. Welcome.
Thanks, Mike.
It might be the last time, so we'll find out.
It might be.
We'll see.
Hey, guys, before we get to our teaser, which will happen in just a moment, and hopefully many of you have already seen it, but just in case not, of course, you can go to First YouTube page or Twitch and watch it for yourself. But we're going to be doing some initial reactions here to check it out. We do want to welcome from all the way from FRC 1619, which is Up the Creek Robotics out of Colorado. Please welcome Clint Ott to the show. Clint, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me on.
So you ready to watch this preview here, by the way?
I guess so. I guess I'm a little nervous, a little excited.
Yeah, chat's been talking it up, and we've just been reading the chat. We haven't really actually seen it yet, so because we want to give you what our initial reactions are for this. So we're going to get into that in just a second, right, Mike?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm just all over the place here.
No, that's all right.
Where are we? No, I'm so excited.
Yeah. So
Tyler, they're saying sounds a little.
Okay, so thank you. So Clint, thank you so much for being here. So as we normally do, we do have a pretty sweet giveaway of your choice of either or of the 2017 Championships Alliance drawings from Christine and Wordplay All Day. So Tyler, what can our viewers do to win that?
Yeah, real quick on here, guys. If you haven't seen it, it's going to be the what does the blue banner one say on that? I forgot what it was. It's like I tried my best.
I tried my best.
Yeah. So it's I tried my best. It's a really cool magnet we'll be giving away from Wordplay All Day. You can check that out by going to their Etsy page. But we'll be giving that away at the end of the show, and we'll let you know on there. So with that said, though, to get that, don't forget to follow or click that little sub button. If you're watching on the Blue Alliance, by the way, just hit the Twitch button. That will take over the Twitch for that. We welcome everybody in. Subs will get 5 times chance to win.
For sure. So we're gonna get right into the trailer here. Again, we'll give you our reactions and then ask you, the audience in the chat, to give us your impressions, and we'll most likely inappropriately answer any of those questions you have. So tag at First Updates Now in the chat with your questions or your phone number so we can call you if you want to talk on the air. So with no further ado, let's take a look at that video.
All right, let's do it, guys. We're going to show it full screen and kind of go back and forth here.
Her face. Oh my god.
Pac-Man. Oh, it was the first one.
Do I have to pay for every match?
Pay to play, baby. Pay to play.
DLC is free this year.
No, it's play to win, actually. That's what it's going to end up being. Microtransactions all day.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah, the play for real steps down. Do you see that? It's play for real and it continues down.
That's it.
That's
That's
it.
nice and short. Okay. Clint, let's start with you, man. What's the first thing you just thought of for this?
Oh man, lots going on in the video. Obviously, I mean it's a teaser, it's packed into a really tight spot. Geez, first off, it seems like it's another theme game. Not super big on themes. I think anybody that knows me would attest to the fact that I'm really not big on the themes. But lots going on. We'll have to watch it, I'm sure, a lot of different times.
Yeah, we might have to put it on a couple different times. What do you think about this little first machine that's right here?
I think it goes with that 8-bit thing we've been seeing. I think they kind of teased the teaser at FOC there right at the end of the show. They played that intro again here right at the beginning of the video, and I think a lot of people caught on to that. The 8-bit thing seems to be continuing all the way through the logo here. But I guess the big thing, 2018, is going to be called Power Up. So
Power Up.
So how do we, Mike? You hear Power Up? How do you feel, buddy?
I don't know. Man. Am I powered up? Not quite. I'm always cautious when these things come out. I'm kind of digging it for right now. A couple of things that I've noticed right there at the end. Some people in our chat have said already with the 010618. I was like, that's got to mean something. And I was thinking, it looks like a date, and it is. It's kickoff date there. So I don't think anything more to kind of read into that. Other things I do notice, kind of here at the end, you see there's a red and a blue side. So I'm hoping it's still 1v1 and none of this 3 versus 0 stuff that has been talked about before.
So 3 versus 3, right?
Or 3 versus 3. Yeah, sorry. 3 versus 3, yeah. Her shoes coming down the stairs are also, have the red and blue on the Converse. So hoping that sticks. There's another screenshot I sent you, Tyler. I don't know if you were able to show that.
Yeah, let me bring that up here. Keep talking, and I'll bring it up for you.
So, something I noticed, I just kind of grabbed to see what was on the side of the machine, and it looks like. I'm just gonna say. Oh, and Justin's in the chat, so we'll have to go with Justin too. We'll have to. I was trying to see what was on the side. It looks like it's screenshots of past game. Did you just grab it? Yeah, I'm gonna try to make it a little bigger on my computer.
2007, 2011, 2017, 2016, and Tetras were 05?
Yeah, so it's got them up there. And then Nick, because this kind of I think you were kind of sharing a little bit earlier. Kind of with the steps, and Justin kind of agrees with you, I think. So what did we have there?
The steps?
Yeah, or didn't you? Oh no, that was more Clint. Clint had.
Yeah, that was Clint.
Yeah, I mean the step theme seems to be pretty prolific here. She starts by walking down steps. If you look on the little banner at the top of the video game machine there, it's a series of steps going up.
And all the games on the side too also
all
have the same step pattern.
And then on top of everything, the name is called Powered Up with a little, with a little arrow pointing to the top right. So maybe it's a step climbing thing. Maybe that's an end game. Maybe that's mid game. It's hard to tell right now, obviously.
Try to reload this video up here from YouTube. It just crashed on me, so let's see if we can get that crashed.
Nick, did you have anything else that you noticed that we haven't said yet?
Don't
feed the water game trolls, please.
I was gonna say, definitely not a water game, no matter what anyone says about the mop in the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, not water game. Can confirm.
By the way, Nick, I'm just gonna ask real quick, Nick, if you don't mind, if there are people who ask questions, if you can grab those for me, I'd appreciate it.
For sure.
What about this whole pixel thing, guys? Are we gonna see anything in regards to that, or is that just kind of with the theming?
I think it's with the. I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just them playing another theme on us. Maybe it has something to do with game piece. We just saw the FTC game with blocks. So
powered up, right? Usually in Super Mario or whatever, you would get bigger, right? So what if the end game is you can come out of your starting configuration and get bigger to do whatever the task is for the end game? That might be something.
Yeah, or maybe they're upping the robots to 24 volts this year. Maybe they're physically increasing the power, right? Maybe.
Well, I mean, with the advent of 775 Pro drivetrains that everyone's been talking up. Tyler, do you want to pull up that poster that's on the first site there too?
Yeah, sure. Where was it on the first site?
I sent you the link there, but they have a recruitment poster as well that is going along with the game theming.
7-Eleven. What's the order of the games there on the side, Nick? It goes from bottom to top. What? 7-Eleven.
I'll bring this up here. So
Maybe that means something. Yeah, 7-Eleven, 16, 5, and 17.
Yeah, so we got all these here.
What is it? 7-Eleven.
So 7-Eleven.
Oh, 16.
16, 5,
This is
11,
17.
17.
5, 16.
7-Eleven, 17, 5.
16, 5, 17. Or, yeah, other way around. Sorry.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. What is up here? Is this anything up here in particular?
At the top of the thing there.
Yeah.
The arcade machine. I guess that's not a thing. An arcade machine.
And the other thing I kind of noticed with the boxes, right? Like again, if you go back to like Mario, there's like those different kind of like boxes you jump on, and she walked around those.
So I like somebody's pointing out the mop bucket over here too, guys. That's fantastic.
Yeah, Nick pointed that out.
I said one thing about it, and everyone's got to bring it up.
Everybody's got to bring it up.
That's why I said don't feed them, but we did by just saying.
Yeah, let's not forget the pay-to-win thing that she's obviously teasing here.
Can we
Mike?
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say microtransactions might be a thing. Maybe $50 for a replay, $5 for a foul against the other team, something like that.
Yeah, that's definitely
it's a quarter, right? Last year was the 25th anniversary.
That's definitely a custom button on that machine, though. Coin slots don't look like that normally.
What do you mean they don't look like that?
Have you ever been to an
what's
arcade?
on there? Good point, Nick.
No, it's more
a
or
finger
less
putting a coin in.
the imaging on it, not
This?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, that looks fine to me.
That looks oddly
It's just a finger with a coin.
No, I think I'm with you.
I don't know about that.
Because usually, like, even if you just Google it quick, it says
wait, what's on the top there?
Coin or
This is what I was talking about before. Like, what is what is this top area on the arcade part for?
Or what robots are up there is kind of my question.
See, I wonder if this is almost a teaser of like what the animation is going to look like. However, I think you pointed this out earlier, right? These like steps that are on here.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Yeah, Clint did.
Yeah. So that's one of the step kind of motifs that you notice in the video. You know, she comes down the steps. There's steps on the side. There's steps on the front here, and then obviously the power up.
When's the last time we've had a step game?
04?
Is it 04? That's what I was trying to think of.
Yeah, 04, back when Simbots built that like articulating swerve thing. Wasn't that then?
Wildstang did that too.
Yeah.
Was it? Okay.
See,
I wasn't around.
I'm still on the whole pixel thing, guys. I think there's going to be something with the pixel here of what's going to happen. I mean,
what?
Well, okay, so I'm going to go out there on a limb that first is going to do this weird thing in regards to let's like kind of match FTC and FRC a little bit, but like how the FTC game is doing the pictographs for things and like the matching or something like that. So I'm curious if they kind of go that route at all. Did we point this out, by the way? Oh, this is just what is
2015 had a step, and so did in 2012, I guess, right?
I guess if you call those steps,
more bumps, but
yeah.
But yeah, not to go to a different level and stay up.
Yeah, like it's very rare that they've had something that you actually have to climb onto.
We should see if Justin wants to call in. We can put him in the big screen.
That's good. If he wants to, Justin, if you want to call my phone, go ahead and do that. If you have my number, always I'll gotta make sure I'm not showing it real quick.
Hey, what year was the teaser that had like multiple colored flags? Was that 2016, I guess?
That sounds right.
They brought in like yellow. So I think, Mike, it is a good thing for all of us that we've only seen red and blue in this one.
We've only what?
We've only seen the red and blue, with her shoes and the...
We were trying to see what was on her... Oh, and even her sticker, right? We saw it says Chuck, and there's definitely red next to it, and then underneath Chuck is a dark color. I'm not sure what color, but that could be blue too. So.
We're going to see if Justin wants to call in here. Otherwise, if anybody else wants to call in, actually, we're only going to stay on here for about 15 minutes, guys. We don't want to drone on this forever. But if anybody else wants to call in, shoot at First Updates Now, a PM with your phone number, and we'll let you call if you want. and we'll give you a call. So go ahead and do that. Nick, were there any comments or questions from chat?
One comment from CMC Bride, or C McBride 166. The girl got sucked into the game, so maybe the human player's on the field again. Is his comment?
Well, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, the coin, someone said, might be a disc-shaped game piece.
Yeah. Justin said maybe a tube into a slot, like we saw in 2007.
Yeah, and they do reinforce the coins a little bit on their recruitment poster as well.
This might get louder.
I don't know if anyone's seen it, but there it is in the chat for everyone.
Oh, yeah. I didn't bring that up, did I? I'm sorry. Let me do that here.
That's a direct downloadable.
Yeah.
Yeah, the coin's definitely there again. They've got so they have the 2011 kind of locomotion thing going on.
Oh, yeah, on that. Wow.
Yeah, which they have no other games on that one, so maybe they're...
Play for real.
Play for real.
Justin said he's going to call in a little bit, too.
And they have the first logos reminiscent of 2011 as well.
Oh, yeah, by the way, this
on
is
that
the Christina
poster.
thing. Yeah, so I might have just showed.
You guys think there's anything behind the times 500 coin thing in the top right of that poster?
Oh, interesting.
Oh, right up here, huh?
Yeah.
It's a stretch. It's a stretch.
Okay,
let's be honest. It's a stretch.
No. I have something I came up with on this. So what if we, or what if there was something like you get like a life bar or something like that, where it's like, so I think about in the, what was that event that went out in China that was where it was like a first-person shooter drone thing?
Oh,
like
RoboMasters.
Yeah, RoboMasters. So, like, I mean, there could be something like that where, like, the coins you collect, like, you have to get 500 coins to get an extra ranking point or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely could be. Maybe they're just going to dump
coins,
boxes of quarters on the ground and you got to pick them up.
One other thing to look at, too, while we're speculating here, is the logo itself for Power Up. If you look over the last couple of years, some of the game pieces are kind of in the logo. If you notice, like Steamworks, there was the gears, Aerial Assist, there's the red and the blue ball, Locomotion, there's the tubes and stuff like that. So maybe it's more or less the arrow that's the important part to look at instead of maybe like the coins or the blockiness of the game.
Yeah, that's true, Nick.
All right, let's get Justin's going to call in here, so let's get him on. You guys won't be able to speak back to him, unfortunately, because we're just going to run it through the phone. But I want to get his. I want to get yes, Justin, call now. It's like, wait, you want to call now? I don't know if we'll get any callers. It's hard for us to get callers on the show. Sometimes people like speaking live on the air, but I'd love to take your chat stuff. We'll be on, guys, for about another 10 minutes here. All right, here he comes. Let me put him on speakerphone here. Okay. Dave's Pizza. Can we take your order? What's up, Justin?
Hey guys, you guys are doing a fantastic job so far. It's been great to listen to being on this side of it. It was funny because I'm at parent-teacher conferences tonight. So I had my last class was done at 7:59, so I ran in here. I was really excited to watch it, and I wasn't disappointed. I know you guys were kind of like, theme again. We all knew that was coming. I think the theme is really cool. I thought the teaser was actually really well done. I'm really excited to watch Chief Delphi pick it apart for the next 2 days. But I'm really excited. I think you guys have already seen a lot of the cool stuff about it that, first kind of launched to get out of it. I think steps is definitely going to be a thing. You guys just stumbled onto it before I called on the recruitment poster X500. So I'm really excited about the potential of another multiple game piece. Really lots of game pieces on the field. I really enjoyed that last year. So I'm really pumped. I think it's awesome. And it's going to make the wait to kickoff a little bit more brutal than it already is.
So, Justin, do you think somebody mentioned it in chat that the coin could be a game piece potentially or something? What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think it's I think that's kind of a no-brainer. I think that the coin is definitely going to be probably even what it's called in the game manual. I'm really excited to kind of think about over the next little while here what that could be in real life. Like, is it going to be a custom part that first has a company make for them? Is it going to be an inner tube? Really think about what could be represented as a coin and what are the possibilities of doing with that coin? You know, what could the coin slot mean, and things along those lines. I think it's going to be a great game. I'm really excited.
That's a good point, man. The coin slot itself, like, could that be a way, like a scoring way? Like we mentioned, if a coin could be a game piece, that then could be a scoring way, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And then we also have to think about, you know, I think it's the past few games have been, you know, last year especially with the balls and the gears, you know, two very different field elements. So if the coins are one thing, and it seems like FRC is kind of showing the FRC logo, and they're going to start talking. Sorry, I gotta go to a different classroom.
Oh, yeah, we'll let you go, buddy.
No, the announcements are gonna come on. But what's the other game piece? You know, if there's a lot of coins on the field, and you know you have to, you know, is there going to be some sort of, you know, just like the last year's game where we have, you know, you have to score a certain amount of fuel in order to get a bonus. You know, how many coins you have to score, and if coins are one game piece, what is the other game piece? You know, it's going to be really interesting to try to figure out that stuff.
All right, well, we're going to let you go here, but I actually want to get that around the horn for everybody else once I hang up on what another potential game piece could be. So thanks for calling in, Justin. We'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, no problem, guys.
All right,
have a good night.
Bye. So what do you guys think about Justin's comment on that? Is there another game piece? And what could it be? I mean, we just saw all these games up here, or all these previous year's games. Could it be something from previous year's games or anything like that, like recycled again?
Well, with the exception of 2016, all those games are kind of pick and place, right? You pick up an object, you put it where it needs to go. You know, 2017 had the gears, 2005 had the tetras, 11 and 07 with the inner tubes. Maybe the extra game piece is kind of like the FTC game, with the pick and place of the blocks. You know, they've really been pushing this pixel thing. Maybe it's pick and place in some kind of picture on a wall or on the ground, whatever. Maybe, I don't know.
Nick, what are your thoughts on that?
I'd love to see an inflatable coin as a game piece.
That'd be pretty cool.
Not the typical, you know, inner tube style. Oh, they just do like a round yellow donut, but like make that center section solid.
Yeah, I'm actually looking that up right now to see like if there's a comparable.
If there's like a inflatable coin out there somewhere.
Oh, I got one. Here's one.
Hold on, send it to me. Let's see.
I'll send it in the Skype chat. It's
Facebook it to me.
It's
gonna mess up my.
It's not fully in this. It's not fully in the middle. Here, I'm sorry.
Oh, somebody just got banned.
So someone in the chat earlier had said something about 3 player buttons, but on the actual game machine, I only see 2 joysticks. So I don't know if I saw something.
It looks like a fairly standard arcade machine setup.
Oh, you sent that?
Yeah, what'd you say?
2 and 6.
There's 2 joysticks. Oh, and the button. Oh, yeah, that's
6 buttons per side. It's pretty nice.
I think it's kind of pointing back to the 2 Alliance thing, you know.
Yeah, they do. They are pretty specific. There are 3 red and 3 blue buttons there.
Yeah.
Obviously, it has handles on it.
Mike, this is an inner tube.
What?
That's not solid.
I don't think it's a coin.
No, it's not. Oh no! Wait, no, go back. Yeah, that one. I know it's got it, but concept-wise, you know.
Oh, okay.
It can be done. Yes.
Yes, it can be done.
We all assumed that you could inflate a disc.
Yeah.
I don't think that was a
if you
question.
If it's an inflatable coin or something, it's got to be.
It would have to be obvious things to make custom.
Oh, hold on. I found something here. I got to make sure all these other images are appropriate on Google before I bring it up.
Save search on, Tyler. Come on.
That's. Oh, here we go. So, I mean, that's.
Oh, yeah, okay.
There is something like that, and there's some other ones that, you know, like up here.
Custom make, and make that into a coin.
Especially if it's like a really big inflatable coin, too. Not like a.
Just huge.
Not like 5 or 6 inches in diameter, like 20, almost like the trackballs. And
like this one on here, like freaking life size going on.
You know, I wonder.
I want this one. Check this out.
Yeah, like this whole 500 thing is really interesting, and I wonder if there's going to be like 1 coin per robot or 1 coin per alliance that you need to, you know, your end game is to get up the stairs with the coin, or you know, something like that. That's sure.
Yeah, does anybody remember in 2004 when they did have the step that we had talked about earlier? Was that purely for an end game? kind
No.
of thing? Or was that just throughout the game?
No, there really wasn't a way. There really wasn't a use for the steps that year unless you were hanging, because like you had the 2x trackball that put up there, and I don't think really most teams climb stairs to do that. So it was pretty much for climbing only, or most teams still a lot of teams climb from the floor still.
Oh,
yeah, that
Justin,
was back.
Justin thinks it's a hockey game. If you look in chat.
Oh, Justin found something.
He wants it to be a hockey game. What do you send there?
It's like pucks. It'd be golden pucks.
Hockey pucks.
What did
That's not a bad idea. It's really not.
Yeah, quite possibly. Is everybody kind of have the consensus that there's going to be stairs?
Yeah,
I think so.
Some capacity.
I think it's a no-brainer.
So
if not stairs, at least an elevation change on the game field. So it's definitely not a flat
sort
field.
of elevation change. Yeah, good point.
Hi, Frank. I know he's here. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. Look, wait. All this crap we said earlier that was awful. Hold on. We got to pause. No. Frank's awesome, by the way, guys. Don't ever think like we restrict anything because of Frank. He's super cool and lets us do what we want. We can't really do anything about it, but he lets us do what we want because he's awesome. So he always encourages, come up with our own stuff, guys. So we appreciate that with him.
For a much smaller game piece, I looked up yellow hockey puck in Google. They have like the air hockey ones that are much thinner.
Yeah, you could manage 500 of those, I guess.
I guess so. You really could. You'd have to go back to the nets on the field if it's like some sort of shooting game.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a couple more minutes, guys. One last question I want to ask everybody, and then Nick, if you can scour for a couple other questions in chat we might want to take up. Or a lot of them are statements. But so one thing I want to ask Clint to ask you, so if there are stairs in this game, how does that affect like your drivetrain potentially? Or like what's on 1619, what flows through your head and what you have to do potentially if there's stairs or steps or some sort of obstacle like that you have to overcome?
It's going to entirely depend on the height of the step. If it's, kind of like the rock wall or the bump in 2012, that's a simple, lead-in kind of thing to your normal drivetrain. You just run into it at full speed. You pop yourself over it. If it's multiple stairs or a taller step, then you're looking at some either alternate drivetrain, maybe a rocker style. What are they called? Rocker. They put them on the Mars rovers all the time. Yeah, so, something like that. If you're climbing multiple steps and you have to do it very quickly, or if it's a tall step, you've got to have some sort of articulation there to kind of get you up and over. If it's and it totally depends also if it's an end game kind of thing or if it's a mid game thing. If it's a mid game thing, you have to do it very quickly because you don't want to be wasting time traversing the field. If it's a cycle, sometimes that just multiplies. So if it's an end game thing, maybe you can devote a little bit more time to it with a little bit simpler mechanism or a little bit lighter mechanism, something like that. It all revolves around also what you have to carry up the step. If it's just your robot, that's totally different than having to take, multiple game pieces, or if you have to get up there in a position to score, that's also totally. A lot depends on what's going on. Our team has some experience in what I would consider alternative drivetrains. They did tank drive basically up until 2014. So maybe that would be a route we could go. Definitely a route I don't want to go. I'm a big fan of just your standard West Coast chain tube drive.
Nick, we don't really mention you're on 148, so yep. I think you got a good understanding of this. So, how do you approach something like this?
Usually, the simplest solution is the best one. Kind of echoing what Karthik always says in his stuff is make your drivetrain the most important thing. So try not to overcomplicate it. I know 148 in the past we've done a couple of interesting drivetrain choices. From the Butterfly to the Nona to the weird Deca H-Drive stuff that works out well. I don't know personally what we're going to do this year. It'll be interesting to see what the actual game turns out to be because maybe a Butterfly drive is great for climbing steps or something like that. So
Mike, I'm not sure. Do you want to chime in on how you make your drivetrain? I'm not going to either.
No, I don't. I'm so far removed from it.
Yeah, exactly. So, hey, we're going to take a couple of questions here in just a moment from you guys. We'll wrap it up. We do have a giveaway to do as well. So I'm going to need some help, by the way, if Ahmad in chat can just type this. But it's going to be a pretty simple thing. So if you are interested in winning I'm going to bring it up here, the super sweet Christine Atia I tried my best magnet, which you have here up on the screen. We're going to be giving that away in just a moment. You do have to follow us or subscribe, and if you subscribe, you get 5 times as many entries in that. And once again, if you are watching on Blue Alliance, we do welcome you in, but make sure you click that little Twitch button there, so it brings you to our channel if you'd like to follow us or subscribe as well. So to do that, what we're going to do is have you type in the following thing. It's so easy, believe it or not, it's just power up. So all you got to do is type in power up. You can spam it as many times as you want to, and that will get you an entry in that. So if somebody can just type power up to win this, that'd be great if Ahmad can do that for me. So we'll be doing that. So just go ahead and spam that a bazillion times if you want to. Once again, Frank has been entered in the drawing, so we'll see how rigged that gets. On there. How many other first staff members are potentially going to
Nick, I got a question for you if you're done, Tyler.
Yeah, go ahead.
Doing that. So in the standard video game scoring, the scores have 5 digits on them, so it'd be like up to 99,000. Is that standard? Or if anybody knows that question? Considering there might be like
from like an 80s game, I think it kind of is.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because considering that X, the times 500 is in the corner, like that's a very realistic game score. You would think to be in the thousands that they would need 5 digits to score, but we haven't had a scoring thing that high before.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, so are we gonna have, a score that's Actually, I could totally see that because you could just times everything by like 100 of what we usually do.
Right? Yeah.
Make it like that, so. Right,
I could see them going pinball score style. Yeah.
Nick, you have a couple questions we can ask. I'm sorry. We'll go ahead with that, and then we'll segue into that there.
I haven't seen too many questions, more or less just some comments. Someone in the chat posted potentially block placing in kind of like FTC, but you make like the first logo or something like that. So maybe that's where your multiple game pieces come in. Maybe you have like 3 different color blocks or something like that. The other thing of note that I saw kind of going off of what Mike said is the high score. That has 6 digits to it, but each player score on each side only has 5, which seems a little weird.
In the video?
Yeah, so the high score is unattainable by either player due to the number of digits.
Oh, interesting.
That makes sense. I want to bring up one that I just saw in here by Sir Mr. Brian. It says it's going to be based on literally powering up. You collect a power-up that disables another team's robot for 2 seconds or something like that. What do you guys think about that?
So it'd be like 2012 Einstein.
Oh, wow, sir.
Too soon?
Too soon.
Sorry. I thought it was
Clint Odd is the guest of the first updates now. It does not necessarily reflect the opinions of the first updates now. Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
That's funny.
I'll back off. I'll mute myself.
Remember that conversation we had last week? That's going away.
Okay. That could be. Maybe you increase your bandwidth or something, and everybody else is playing on 3-second lag, and you get to go.
Oh wow, that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
I'd shoot myself, but I think it'd be okay.
I like the power up thing. I think there's a good potential that not necessarily that a robot would get disabled, but you have to in order to get an RP or something like that, you have to power up so many things. Just like last year, it's the exact same concept as last year, or getting 10 balls into a goal or something like that. But that's going to be the power up process.
Well, if you remember 2009 Lunacy, remember you had to deliver the empty cell to get the super cell. Maybe there's something like that, a kind of an exchange, and then that gives you the ability.
You power up the game piece.
Right, and then maybe you get a multiplier then for the rest of the game or for the end game, whatever it is.
Yeah.
We've seen that before.
Vito Ross put a score multiplier. How do you guys I don't know how I feel about multipliers. I go way back, so.
I'm not sure about that one.
Well, yeah, didn't 04. That was a step game that had the doublers, right, Tyler?
Yeah.
The worst one was 2001 because you had a ball that if it was a cap ball, right? If you capped it, everybody got a bonus because it was a 4v0 lines, but the team or the colored ball that reflected the team that you got an extra 10% bonus. So it's So everybody gets it, but if you're ball, then you get more. So, or if you what was 2001? If you stop the game early, you got a bonus for that. So no thanks.
Was there anything like that in 07 at all? Anything weird?
And there
Like
was the
Well, you had the multipliers for getting the rows, so it was exponential the more that you had.
Yeah, so like if you look at the games on the side, there was like 07 had the multiplicative scoring that way with the spoiler tube, so maybe the opposite of power up. You look at 05 also had multiplicative scoring with the tic-tac-toe. Logo Motion didn't have as much multiplicative, but there was the added bonus of the Auton tube that did give you double on that peg. I don't think there wasn't really anything in last year's other than Auton scoring, right? For any double game pieces or anything like that, there wasn't a.
No, Auton scoring, that was it for extra bonuses. So.
Yeah, and pretty much for 16 as well. So
all right,
I guess that kind of throws that out. But
all right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up here. So we'll go around the horn. Starting, we'll go Clint, Mike, Nick, myself. Overall impressions of the trailer: yay or nay? Just general things. What did you like about it? Anything that worries you?
Overall, very well done trailer. I think I like the departure from the cartoony kind of take on last year in 2016. Not super excited about the theme again. I think there's lots of good hints in here, and I'm sure as soon as kickoff comes around, we'll be, saying, "Oh, duh," that kind of thing. Stairs is going to have a big impact, I think. So teams might want to start looking at something for that.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go overall yay with this one. To start off, a cautious yay, as I always do with these games. I think there's enough to kind of get our minds working here. I think it could go a lot of directions, right? Like we see these steps here in the front. There's a lot of steps to go, so there's going to be a lot of little steps. Is it going to be wide steps? I'm still throwing my hat in for this power up as some sort of outside your starting configuration at the end for the end game. That's my prediction. But in addition to some steps and stuff, game piece wise, I think something will be represented as a coin. If there's going to be another game piece in addition to that, I don't know if I have a guess for that. But whether it is another inner tube or if it is a completely new game piece, being like a hockey puck or something like that, I'm very excited to see what it's going to be. And I would love to come back 3 months from now and find out that we're all totally wrong. But so far, so good.
As for me, theme wise, it's kind of it's definitely one of the better themes in my opinion because it is relatable to more people other than like a medieval theme. Because you still get those 80s and 70s babies that, they grew up on arcade machines, but it still relates to the new kids because, it's video gaming and all that jazz. So theme-wise, it's definitely one of the better ones. I'm still not a super fan of themes. Does look like they're going to go overboard on it again this year. So it'll be interesting to see what the field turns out like, especially if they keep up with the whole 8-bit theming thing. Sure. As long as, I can see across the field and not be super disappointed at what I can see. So blocks may or may not be a part of this game. I hope not, just because blocks are a little boring as a game piece. Hockey pucks would be pretty cool, just because we haven't had anything remotely close to a hockey game. So, yeah, I'm kind of with Justin on the hockey game here.
All right, so a couple things. Theming, I think out of all of them, I'm most excited about this theme so far. I mean, I like video games, so to me, it kind of speaks to both, I think, the older generation, which I hate saying now, but the older generation, but then also, of course, the students as well, too. I think it's a good mix for something like that. I agree. I think Clint, you and I were talking off air a little bit that I like having game pieces and that sort of thing. I'm not sure if I like the whole everything's decked out like that. Sort of thing. I think that's what maybe you meant by theming too. And I'm going to make a prediction here. Blair is going to wear a Mario costume, and he's going to have the mustache like him.
Oh yeah,
I am not going to do that by any means. But I think that's Blair's gonna dress up in
Yeah,
some
I
sort of
mean,
video game.
that
right?
brings up a good point, Tyler. Like, what would be the dress, which I'm not a big fan of, to be honest, but what would be the dress of this year? What would be your favorite, either
Yeah,
Mario
yeah.
character or Zelda or any of that stuff? From
Or
that
Donkey
age?
Kong.
Yeah, exactly.
And is it just classic
Yoshi.
games too, right?
Yeah, right. All those classics.
Yoshi's
But
not
it's-
8-bit, sir.
I know, but he's my favorite.
Otherwise, if there's a secondary piece, I do see blocks being that. Maybe it's something else, but stairs with coins, I think, is what is pretty apparent, at least to me. Doesn't mean it's what it's going to be, and usually if you follow enough of us, we're wrong on everything anyways. But no, overall, I forgot who said it. Was it you, Clint, about getting away from the animated part? Who said that? About the
that was Clint.
Yeah, about like just this being not just animation the whole time, that sort of thing. I'm down for that. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
And I like the way that this is being presented. Especially, I did not at all like the 2016 preview. It felt childish, that sort of thing. This at least feels a little more grown up for something. And I was a little worried when I saw the Relic Recovery one because I thought that was a little kind of hokey-ish for FTC, but I actually thought they did a very good job with this. So I'd love to actually hear more about Frank, or from Frank. I'd like to hear more about him too, but like over a drink. But from Frank about who did this and like kind of what was the process of getting this made. And we might have to wait till after the game animation comes out because I'm guessing this is part of it. But I'd be really excited to hear more about the background process of this. That would be really cool. I think that interests me a lot. So
yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to do this drawing here real quick. So a couple of last things as we do that. So let's roll for that. Who's going to win here?
Mike Starke.
The Spoon Mechanic. Congratulations, Spoon Mechanic. You have won. I've been following since 2 days ago. So thanks for showing. Make sure you send me a message in Skype or not Skype in what are we on? Twitch. Shoot me a message in Twitch. Otherwise on Facebook with your mailing address and name. All that stuff, and that's how you win. So congratulations to that.
Frank's disappointed he didn't win.
I'm sorry, Frank. But good news is, everybody, if you would like to get one of the, I'll give Christine a nice little plug here. So if you would like to win one of these self, make sure you go to Wordplay All Day here, guys. This is a pretty awesome site that Christine's got all bunch of cool stuff. She's our I just went to the wrong thing. She's our in-house artist, guys, and she makes some really awesome things that are FRC related. So we gave away actually one of these copies of these drawings before, so that's really cool. But a bunch of neat stuff. If you're interested in more first things like that, check out Wordplay All Day on Etsy or on Facebook. And we thank Christine for everything she does for us. And her business keeps on growing, guys, and we're excited to see that. So that's really,
absolutely
really
very cool.
All right, so let's wrap up here, guys. A couple last things. Clint, thank you so much for being on the show. Of course, from 1619 Up a Creek Robotics. You guys had a fantastic season this year, powerful IRI presence as well. What's going on for you guys coming into 2018, and where can people go to find out more about Up a Creek?
Yeah, so first of all, people can go to our website, team1619.org. Hit us up on any of the socials, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, at Up a Creek Robotics. For us right now, we're kicking off our fall learning program. We've got a pretty in-depth curriculum built around all of our sub-teams, from all the way from design to fabrication, strategy, programming, all that stuff. Some of the mentors have been working on a program we're going to run here in Colorado called Elevate Your Game. It's just kind of a seminar where we're going to talk to some local Colorado teams about what teams can be doing right now to get ready for the 2018 season. I'll be running some mock kickoffs here in the Colorado area for different teams. So busy fall coming up. We're really excited to get into the 2018 season. Like you said, we had a decent 2017 season. Lots of things we can improve upon, especially after our hopper run out in course. So we still remember that every day. We're going to try to fight back next year, do a little bit better at champs, and we'll go from there.
You're hungry, right?
I am very hungry. Our whole team's ready for it. So.
Excellent. Well, hey, thank you once again for being on, and thank you to everybody for tuning in this show. Of course, all of our contributors. We love you, our subscribers. Thank you for keeping this show going. Everybody who's tipped as well. We appreciate you. And once again, if you'd like to help shows like this keep on going, it's only a few bucks a month to subscribe, or you can actually do so for free through Amazon Prime. Plus, you get a nice Will.i.am message afterwards. Thanking you for that if you do so live. So thank you, everybody, for your support on keeping these shows going through First Updates now. If you're going to be at Chelsea Champs this weekend, make sure you go check out our friends at RSN. You can see that live on their channel. And we do have one of our contributors down there, Christine, actually, as well as Andrew Lawrence is going to be down there as well, doing some interviews. So make sure you say hi. And I'm not sure how many interviews they'll be doing. I don't want to tax them too much, but we appreciate them doing that. And say hi to them if you're down there as well. Hey, Nick Olsen, usually behind the screen as our producer. Maybe we'll give him another shot in our time in the future.
We survived.
He did all right. So, Nick, what's going on with 148, man? Anything big coming up for you?
Nothing much too big. Just helping the high school out with some things. I think they're motorizing a Lion right now, which will be interesting to see.
Cool.
Gonna stop over there probably after this to see what they're up to. Other than that, I think we've got Twitter. At RoboWranglers. I think they've been keeping that up for a while now. I'm not a Twitter fan, but I know a couple of the students on the team are. Otherwise, our website, RoboWranglers148.com. You can come check us out. We got a pretty good website going on. So,
alrighty, and that's going to wrap us up today, guys. And Mike, I don't know if you want to pitch anything.
I got nothing, Tom.
Make your own website, Mike.
Yeah, I should.
Yeah,
Actually, I do. Remember the .me sites or whatever?
Yeah.
Was that during the times of like MySpace and stuff, or what?
Yeah, it wasn't .me. It was something. Anyway, go ahead.
All right. Well, hey guys, we thank everybody for tuning in once again. We're going to be off for I think a couple of weeks, and we'll be coming back on. We're working a lot behind the scenes, but join our Discord. We don't talk really too much during this time, but usually it's pretty pertinent information. There's information in our chat, or you can type in hashtag Discord in chat. That'll get you some information. If you want to continue the conversation, we'd love to have you in there as well. So on behalf of myself, Mike, Nick, Clint, Justin, and Christine, who aren't here today, we appreciate everybody for tuning in. Hey guys, we'll see you soon on First Updates Now. Talk to you then.